Okay. Oh, well, this match of League of Legends. Now, this is very similar to the Teemo video, where, it's just a really good game. Just a really good game. Everything that could have gone right went right. Though,
Welcome to
I feel like we
Summoner's
more or less
Rift.
won just on Champion Select. But Bel'Veth, my second most played character, and, you know,
30 seconds until minions spawn.
yeah, she took a couple of nerfs, but always manages to be strong anyways. I'm gonna be honest, I never noticed a lot of the first nerfs that came to be. The only nerf I ever really noticed was the scaling damage reduction, and also it being cut down to 55%. And yeah, this joke here, it made a little Avengers reference, like, I use the stones to destroy
Minions
the
have
stones, and,
spawned.
of course I was gonna buy Blade of the Ruined King's second item. I used to do Titanic and then Blade, but then I forgot how good Kraken Slayer is, and, I think I'd need to go back to getting Titanic more. And, it felt bad kind of just saying, we're gonna slay the Ruined King, because, like, he's still a sad character, even if he is supposedly a villain. He does have a cool sword, though. Also, this Ari, she had, 500,000 mastery. Now, I don't think I've ever explained why I call her the cringy fox woman. I'm just really not a fan of her design. Like, very sexual. I mean, she is basically a succubus, but she doesn't want to be, and I can appreciate that, but I still think she's annoying, even after the voice lines update. Yeah, Ray was here. Even he said he would buy Blade of the Ruined King. Like, Ezreal was convincing us all to get it, and he was building it at some point, and Ray was also building it later on, saying, hey, I have attack speed for once. It feels weird, but also nice. Yeah, this game just happened last night. I do wish I recorded things as they happen in present time, but again, like, mic issues, I won't elaborate on that, I say it all the time. Yeah, just enjoy the gameplay. And now, for some reason, I've had about 3 Bears in a row, just when playing Bel'Veth, especially in a row, that complain that I'm playing Bel'Veth. Well, I guess this guy's an exception, actually. He complained for a different reason. Yeah. I will say, though, this is one of those games where you check the replay and you're actually really satisfied because, the enemies are, in fact, just aggressively pinging because of you. And it definitely makes you know that they were annoyed, that they cared, and show it. Yeah. And I have this one memory stuck in my head where Ray was laning against a bear, while fighting and backing off. I think he said, stupid polar bear. And then, to respond to that, the bear said, stinky ram. It was funny. So, the reason why he had heal and ghost is because he was actually filled for support originally, but it gave him top lane instead, and he didn't realize that because he was prepared to play Soraka. And he's kind of like me in the sense that, you just kind of realize that Flash is useless at times, except on specific characters. Also, what is it with Ezreal's and taking Grasp now? Is that new? Yeah. He said he had the wrong spells, but not the wrong runes conveniently. Yeah, I wanted to gank, but just seeing him back off, I immediately knew. But you see, he knew what I was doing. He knew what I was doing. Oh wait. I don't think I was coming to gank. Yeah, he knew. He definitely knew. I'm actually glad I placed the ward there at that time, because at least then I had enough warning time for Ray to come down, and you know, he definitely comes down to help with grubs when I need it. Then again, you know, we're friends in a Discord called Coordinating. Now, even with the exhaust, I knew I couldn't duel him purely because his early Juggernaut stats just kind of beat mine. But you know, Ray shows up to help. And I have exhaust. And my E it just barely came up in time. It was so scary, and it's like, well, she's out of mana. What do you want her to do about it? Yeah. Like, Orn. And we of course have our little combo. He does his knock-up and I do my knock-up. Yeah, I can say that, once again, ever since Season 14 started, I reversed my problems. Instead of ignoring instead of ignoring the void monsters and immediately going for dragons, now it's the opposite. I rush void grubs, and usually I lose the first or second dragon. Whether it's Teemo or Bel'Veth. I have a question. Why did they give a hyper carry split push potential? Like, that is a contributing factor to why I ended Season 13 with a 68% win rate. Like, with Teemo, I had a 53% win rate. Bel'Veth, it was 68%. It was 70% before they nerfed her early game a little. But yeah. You know, good for you. You have 3 flashes as your ultimate. And they did come up just in time, but yeah, she taps out. Does she get away? She does. I mean, I guess I should know because I have a little bottom bar thing to look at. Yeah, I was rushing Kraken Slayer, which I keep forgetting I should do first thing. And, you know, technically, I didn't have to be here. I stole the kill. Like, they very well could have gotten it. But, you know, Lavender. Free Lavender, free gold, I scale. And, you know, if Bel'Veth wins the early game, you've basically already lost. Yeah, Ghost was smart here. Now, Ray was complaining about his healing because, like, the second W chomp just got back so much health, and he thought the health was a flat amount, and it was just huge, so, of course, I had to explain that, but, you know, it is what it is. I like explaining things, though I don't think I'm the best at it. And then I decided I would come over, and of course, I knew that this would result in him burning Ghost if he hadn't already used it. Yeah. And he gets away. I wasn't exactly scared of Viego here. Like, I was spamming my taunt commands like he would show up. I figured he wouldn't, but still. Again, I take exhaust because, why have flash when you have 4 dashes that can go over walls? Emphasis on can. Like, even if you don't have true form, you still have 4 dashes to get away and to dodge. Like, why do you need flash on Bel'Veth? It's pointless. You could make the argument, but I will not listen to it. Like, exhaust gives you better early dueling potential. And Ghost is there if you really need it, but more often than not, no. And you see, the Volley Bear had the ward here. Yes, and so he tells Viego to go dragon, which was smart. Though at the same time, I don't see why he couldn't have convinced the fox woman or the simp man to show up as well, but then of course Ray shows up, so that just guarantees that I get all 6 void grubs. And again, I am a little sad that the total lavender count was nerfed from 18 to 12, but it's okay. It is what it is, and yeah, that's definitely a spam ping moment. Like, his shield and flash really saved him. Yeah, Viego does not scare me when I play Bel'Veth. I don't like to steal from people, but I was willing to go and kill him in his own jungle. Yeah, in all honesty, my gank would have been about as awkward as his if I was in his boots. Like, I have full mastery on Viego, but I don't feel like I learned anything since Mastery 2. I could say I learned how to play other champions better, but that's about it, you know? Yeah. His QW has ridiculous range, I swear. You know, I have the music cut out so that I could edit in music, but I think this will just be the Teemo video where I don't edit it, I just add it in. Yeah. Try and tank Bel'Veth, it's a minor annoyance. Freaking Unending Despair was way too broken early. And Bel'Veth was very annoying. He wanted to assault Viego in his own jungle, but he just wasn't there, so I just stole his wolves and went on with my day. I was gonna camp the bush and just wait for him, but I decided not to. I got bored. But also Ray needed help. Yeah, the W heal really... Now, I believe that I saved Ray's life with that exhaust, and you see, the Bel'Veth's not pinging so that Viego knows I can't use it on him. He's pinging it because he's mad that I used it on him. Because again, I saved Ray's life with that, and you know, it just comes in handy. Why take flash when you can reduce someone's damage and slow them? You don't need Ignite when you already have stupidly high amounts of true damage. And Cleanse is situational, but I will take it. Ghost is there, too. I don't know why he cleansed there, but to be fair, I've done unnecessary cleanses too. That was good on his part. I'm not sure if the flash was 100% necessary, but it worked. It did work. I will say it is confusing when you see that the enemy Viego has your allies' items when you hold down tab, because the map didn't register that he undisguised. Well, I shouldn't say undisguised. It was funny and awkward because they killed each other. It is always weird when you auto-attack someone from melee range, they flash, and then it still registers to hit them, and then they die. It is funny though. What is the cooldown on... Oh, fair enough. I got the player diff title recently, and I love it. He's stacking. I wanted to take it top lane, but of course the bear was just gone. And yeah. You know, I believe I left at a very unfortunate time. I came down the river and said, bottom lane is done for. Had a lot of map awareness though, I will say. Like, they were definitely calling out where I was. Set the bottom lane setting for it. Drop the reptile, then down I go. It's unfortunate. Did I control 6 while riding it, or after? Either way, I probably should have stayed to help with them because I was about to go down, but I decided the dragon was priority because nothing was happening. She had already tapped out. I say tapped out when I say that they dash or flash away from the fight, whether forcefully or willfully. And again, like, the alternative is that I say they got very scared. And you know, of course, if they're rage pinging in chat, I say that they got very upset. Especially if they start using abilities on you way more aggressively. But the volley bear, no, he didn't end up getting mad because I'm playing a broken champion. He got mad because I was just camping his lane to help Ray because mid lane was doing fine, and also mid lane's kind of hard to gank now in general. Bottom lane, they were doing fine. You know, Ray was the main one struggling. Granted, I'm a casual player. I don't perfectly plan out my ganks or anything. Yeah. There's that. You see, he does not got by it. I exhausted him. He ghosts now. I don't know why he went back in. I love my auto-targeted execute. Yeah. And again, he spam pings. I assumed he was about to say something in chat because of how often I had come up by now. Like, I wanted him to be paranoid so he wouldn't push up. Because one thing I'm sick of is the enemy top laner constantly pushing lane, so I had to apply the pressure. And because I did, it actually worked. At some point or another, he did in fact just stop pushing up, and he wouldn't bother attacking Ray. Like at one point, Ray even went it on his own, and he said he got PTSD flashbacks and just ran off. And he was funny. Yeah. I take Mercury Treads when they have reasonably decent, but also negatable stuns. If they have hard CC, I give up on trying that. And it comes down to damage. Otherwise, I go all out on attack speed. Yeah, there she goes. And the shield blocks the storm surge, and she leaves. And I go around the back. Now, at this moment, I don't know what I was doing, but my brain kind of shut off and I started attacking minions, I believe. Like, what was I doing? I was not attacking him, I can say that much. He can't do anything without you. It's the equivalent of saying you're nothing without your ultimate. You know? Like, you know, characters like Garen, Katarina, they're a champion you get frustrated at and say you're nothing without your ultimate because that's the only way they kill you. Yeah, and also, my milestone on Yes Queen for spawning Void Remora. I love how it's called that. Sadly, I was losing my true form though. I will say, it is better to just lose true form by time than it is to die moments after you obtain it from a void monster. That is probably the most frustrating part of playing Bel'Veth. That or every lane losing and every bit of your defenses being pushed up, because as Bel'Veth, you don't have main character syndrome, you have main villain syndrome, because you are always a threat and you will outscale everyone if they don't pay attention. The Giga Chad Nautilus tanked it all, except for the part where he doesn't see the Nami. It was funny. It just feels like with Bel'Veth, if you're given enough time, you can win a losing game. Just get a shutdown, take the Baron, and it's game over. Yeah, I wanted to gank mid here, but I couldn't. And in this moment, it's one of those games where I feel like I had every right to die, but I conveniently didn't. Also, he has... Oh, she still has a higher base attack speed. I said scared of the bear because he wouldn't push up. The changes to Imperial Mandate, I kind of like the older version. But that's just me personally. They do also miss 7 Shroud. Yeah, lots of ones. It was also one of those random games where I felt like taking Farsight Alteration. Not for any real reason, other than because I felt like it. Again, sorry for any audio issues. Yeah, and Ray and I came down to save Hawaii.
Delicious.
I don't know what I was doing. Like, I have full mastery on Bel'Veth, and there's some nights where, you know, my brain is not fully turned on. And then there's other nights where I feel like an absolute menace playing to my full potential, but I guess that's what I get when I run on 6 hours of sleep 4 out of 7 days of the week. I don't know how that W hit. Like, a lot of the time this game I was missing a lot of W's. I retreated because Ray told me Diego was coming. Except for the part where, you know, I have Ray to back me up. And he leaves. Again, I don't know what I was doing. Just decided to laugh at him. And then they leave.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, I had Blade of the Ruin King and Ezreal was in the middle of building it, and I think Ray started to build it. And there were too many, so it wasn't worth it to fight. Unfortunately, he died for that, even with the cleanse. You can't steal anything from me if I have nothing for you to steal in the first place, my friend. I was gonna camp the bushes in case the bear pushed up, but he did not. You know, I like to adapt my personality to the character I'm playing, so with Bel'Veth, I kind of speak the way she does, like with absolute certainty, like, you will adhere to me or you will die. I mean, that's not what she says. She says, adhere to my will or die, but, you know. When I play Teemo, he doesn't really have a personality, so I just kind of make one up, but... I don't know what he was doing here. He was smart, like he tapped out over the wall while invisible. Except for the part where the mist went around a different bit of terrain, and you know, I have 4 dashes and a dash reset, which is totally balanced, and he only gets 1 dash. I counter him, so that's even worse. I did get last pick, but I was going to play Bel'Veth regardless. In the previous lobby, the person tried counterpicking with Rammus, but someone on his team dodged. And then, in the second lobby, I get last pick. There's no Rammus, so I don't have to lock in Mordekaiser or Lilia. Yeah, I tried to warn the bear. I tried to warn him. I don't know how the W missed, but he just dies. And I have to wonder how much true damage I did there. A very pingable moment. The tank is not a tank. And again, he only has 1 item and a half. Yeah. And I'm quite fed. And, what more can I say? I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Yeah, far side alteration. Oh yeah, the Ornn upgradable items, she taps out. But, one thing Ray and I always do is when he starts upgrading someone, he pings the item they currently have and then he pings the upgraded version of it. It shows when you quote-unquote purchased it. But, you know, not when you ping it. You also can't see the pings for the gold you need for an item in these replay chats. I do wish you could see team chats though. Like, I get it's probably for the better that you can, but still. It's not one of those games where we take the 20 and Baron, sadly. I do try to go for those if I can. You could say this game was a stomp, but I don't know. Like, mid lane was kind of back and forth. Top lane was having it rough, except for the part where I came in. And then bottom lane was winning, so, you know, I'd say it's kind of split. You know, you can't really blame Viego either, it's not his fault, he can't take every objective. Especially when, we are very much ahead. And I went to split push top lane, and you see, they did what I needed them to. They created a distraction in mid lane, and, you know, because they had to leave to go to top lane to stop me, they failed, because not only had I already taken top lane, but that gave my team time to take mid lane, and so ultimately, they lose, no matter what. But the funny part is that they both died for this. They accomplish nothing. And Senna immediately taps out. Nice defense on mid, top looking good also. And you see, that's just Bel'Veth BS. Funny shenanigans. 4.0 attack speed. It's rare, but sometimes I reach 7 attack speed, but that's the most I've ever gotten, I think. And the most Lavender stacks I ever got was 215 on ARAM, and before it was 210, I broke that like the other night to 215. And near the end, I get a quote-unquote quadra kill, almost a penta. It's one of those annoying moments where you technically did get a quadra or penta kill, but the game counts it as a double and then a triple. But in this case, it was just a triple and then a single. I don't know if it's based on where the fight takes place, but the multi-kill reset timer has always annoyed me, because there's been times where I have in fact gotten a pentakill, but it's just a triple kill and then a double kill. And it's so annoying because it was within the bounds of the timer, but the game says no. I could have killed the Nautilus and the Volley Bear, but I didn't want to overestimate my tankiness against the Senna and the Viego. I probably could have and maybe should have, but you know, it is what it is. Like, when I'm legendary and deathless, I don't want to overestimate myself. If I've died once, then I don't care. But I do love my unkillable Demon King title because I was like in the top 600. I was in the top 100 for 2023 at one point. And the top 600 was also 2023 specific. Yeah. See, I felt obligated to come and save my support. And she taps out and dies anyways. They die. And she has to run. And I just thought, this is it. Except Ray sadly takes the kill. Unintentionally, of course. And then here it just says ace. It was not a quadra kill, but again, the Volley Bear is mad because I am fed and he wants to be the drain tank Volley Bear, but how can he be tanky? You see, I said do not end or do, except for the part where the minions just end the game. And of course it gives my icon because of the Void Remora. I love this skin, by the way, especially the chroma, but thank you for watching this. And yeah, I love that quote. I love the way Bel'Veth accepts himself, but anyways, I shall see you in the next video. We